So quick little review of our updated quad for this season. This is what I used to do all my fencing on. And I'm not really talking about the quad itself. It's just a two-wheel drive Fourtrax 300. I love this thing. But this was the setup. I just have a big box on the front to store all my tools, my drone stuff, my handles, whatnot. And then we've been using this basket on the back probably for 6 or 7 years now. It works just fine. I'm able to put reels on the back. I just put a bungee cord through this wire mesh to the front to latch the post down. There are some drawbacks in this for sure. A lot of these posts are a bit longer than the basket itself, so you have to kind of finagle them into the woven mesh wire here, which takes additional time when you're taking down fence. So I've just dealt with that over the years. Not only that, but I've always for the last probably 15 years have wanted a little reel holder so that I could just pull out the fence at the same time as putting in the post. And what I've been doing for the last 15 years is pulling out the line and coming back and doing the post. So it's been double the trips all the time. And I've just been dealing with it. But this past year, so exciting, for my birthday, my partner in crime here, he fixed me up the new quad, which actually was my mother's quad that she used to use for gardening for her entire rest of her life. And we hadn't used it for about 4 or 5 years, and it was just in really bad shape. So he fixed it up, put in new grips, put in new tires. What else did you do, babe? He fixed a bunch of stuff on the frame.
Yeah, I had to weld somebody hit something. It was an old Forest Service. You can still see I don't know if you can see it, but it's got for official use only U.S. government. So it was an old Forest Service quad, 1994. Honda, Ride Red.
Put a new seat on it and everything. So we got this thing up and going. Well, Ben did. I didn't. And what we did to make life easier with this one so that we could put in a fence all at once, he put in and made this wonderful reel holder. So this basket is actually made out of wood, and it's been on this four-wheeler for 10 years now, 15 years. But what he did was he got the dimensions that he needed to fit the handles of all of our reels into that holder there. And he also then welded it onto some, I guess this is an angle iron, but
square stock.
Yeah. Put in a fastener here so that we can extend it if need be, or we can shorten it if need be, and tighten it down. So that's been awesome. And he literally just put it into this wooden box and fastened it with a U-bolt.
It worked really well.
And it's not going anywhere. So that has made putting up fence, especially now that we're doing 2-a-days, it's made it so much easier, so much faster. I know I've wanted one for so long, and I finally got one. I'm so excited. But now we can just literally put in our reels, hook it to the fence. And
the other reels fit a little bit better. This Gallagher's got that big, obnoxious.
Right. These Gallagher
handle.
reels actually were not a fan of mine because they have usually have an extra guard down here where your hand fits so that you don't get shocked by this wire. But it doesn't fit in here, and so I think you ended up sawing it off just because you didn't even like the guard itself. But if you use, I don't know what kind of reels we have back here. We've got a little of everything on these reels. But these reels, which one is this?
The True Test?
This is True Test.
Which I've never even heard of, but it says made in New Zealand, and that's a great reel.
For 5 years.
It's a good one.
Those fit very nicely in there. They don't hop out. You can just get on, hook it up to your fence, and go. And you can either put your post up here or put your post back here. This was the other addition he made. I didn't want a basket again because it's just too timely to put your post in there, even though it's great, worked out for years. So what we did instead, not we, he, I just say we because I use it every day. Let me take the post out here. So you can see it a little better.
And it's probably not the end all be all, but I was thinking, I was like, all right, how do you carry posts? You know, how do you carry posts as a, you put an arm out, right? So I tried to create just 2 arms. I just bent some, old metal I had laying around, bent it to kind of match, just welded it to the rack there, welded it to the rack there, and then just added the expanded metal to have something to hook your bungee to. This isn't great here. These are just chain links, which this one's great because you can lock it on there, and when you get the bumping, that won't come off. These will, if you hit a bump hard enough, fast enough, if you're driving too fast,
These will pop out.
they will. So that's
a work
still
in progress.
Test and development there.
But it's been working. We've been using it for the last 3 months now.
Yeah.
And putting up fence twice a day, every day. I think it's great. We've got some hillsides, slopes on here, and everything's been working out great.
Yeah.
Just love it.
And you can't beat
I love our new toys.
You can't beat a 90s Honda Fourtrax.
No.
Absolute tanks.
That's all we got.